Hey, this is Eve at Made to Move Physical Therapy. I want to do a deep dive on how strong, resilient, and adaptable the human body is. Over here at Made to Move, we really try to give a different kind of message that you may get at other medical practitioners' office or other fitness professional offices. There's a lot of medical information out there that's, again, the word I don't want to use is fear-mongering, but that may not give patients or clients some empowerment or some control over what's going on with themselves and their body. So I'm going to kind of break down these three words and just talk about maybe some common misconceptions that you may hear and turn it around a little bit and give you some good information that you can go home with. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is how resilient your body is. And what that means is when you get injured or something, traumatic happens, your body's going to respond in a certain kind of way. And what we want to tell you is that if you have pain or you're having some sort of issue, this isn't necessarily mean that you need to stop that activity that you're doing. You may need to modify, you may need to rest for a certain period of time, but most of the time, pain is going to be a warning signal. It's more of like a yellow flag than a red flag. Stop what you're doing, never lift everything heavy again, never run again. This is really not typically how the human body works. The other thing that we see is a lot of people will go out and they'll get some imaging done. This could be a CT scan, this could be an MRI, this could be an X-ray. And when they get that imaging done and they go talk to their health professional, they may think that that image is the entire piece of the puzzle, when it really is only a small fragment. We really know pretty definitively through medical research at this point that a lot of people can have positive MRI findings, something like a disc herniation or arthritis, and really have zero pain and zero limitations as far as their quality of life. They can go out, they can train, they can exercise, they can do these things where you would think just based off their MRI they wouldn't be able to. So your MRI is only a small piece of the puzzle. It may guide some of the decisions, but it is not the end all be all. So the next piece is that your body is strong, right? It is not weak. It is not need to be activated. There's so many rabbit holes I feel I could go down here. But the really big piece is that even I used to say this as a practitioner probably 10 years ago, is that, oh, your core is weak, or you can't activate your glutes, you have some sort of glute amnesia. And that messaging, our words really do matter, is not what I want to tell you as a patient or you as a client. You are strong. If you're walking around and you're able to move and lift and run, you're probably not weak, you're relatively strong. Doesn't mean we can't optimize movement, it doesn't mean we can't get stronger, but you are not weak. Inherently, you are very, very strong. Last piece is being very, very adaptable. And this is honestly my favorite one. If I'm looking at my lens of my body and I put it through stress, is it going to adapt or in a positive way or in a negative way? So a lot of people think, oh, I'm gonna lift heavy weights or I'm gonna run, my body's actually gonna start breaking down. And from what we know, this is typically not the case. You're actually going to get stronger. You're actually going to get thicker ligaments. I mean, they did this really cool study where some of these Olympic lifters and heavy lifters were squatting a lot, and their ACLs actually got thicker from squatting heavy. And there's another study where runners who were kind of moderate running, not some of these like high level runners, where the cartilage got a little bit thicker and got better on an MRI after moderate amounts of running. So we know that the body adapts to stress in a positive way. It's not going to break down naturally. I mean, we've got to modulate volume and movement, and there's a lot that goes into that, but inherently we know that this is a trend, that if you do something, your body's going to adapt in a positive way. So I hope this is helpful. Like I said, the main point here is to understand that you have way more control over your body and what's going on than you think. Your body is stronger than you think, your body's more resilient than you think, and your body's going to adapt to stress in a positive way. I hope this is helpful.